Hi everybody, welcome to Cut the Kibble. That's what I'm about, trying to convince you to cut the kibble. Today I'm going to do a dog food review on Pedigree Small Dog. It's roasted chicken, rice, and vegetable flavor. Yum. Now before I get into it, I want to tell you I love doing dog food reviews. And one of the reasons I love doing it is because I want to not just dump on kibble, but I want to pass on to you what to look for on the back of the bag so you can determine if this is a good dog food for your dog. Now, and I realize that not everybody can home cook like I do. I get that. You know, you're busy, you may not have the time, or you may not have the freezer space, but at least you can buy a better kibble. So take a few minutes, listen to my video. Oh, she sees my neighbor outside. And we're gonna go through each and every ingredient, and I'm gonna tell you what not to look for in dog food. So let me show you the ingredients. You can take a screenshot of it, and then I'll come back on the screen because I wanna talk to you, okay? All right, hold on a second. Let me show you the ingredients. All right, today we're just going to be really paying attention to all of these ingredients. So let me get back on now. Okay, I'm hoping she's not going to bark because my neighbor's DOG is outside. So anyway, let's talk about these ingredients. So if you're going to the store and you need to get your dog kibble, what I want you to do is I want you to turn the bag around. Forget about the pictures you see of the food on the front of it, if it has a blue ribbon or if it says AFCO approved, all that marking and stuff. Turn the bag around and let's look at the ingredients. And now dog food ingredients, the first one will be the most amount in the dog food, and the very last one is the least amount. So in this particular dog food, and I'm looking down here at my iPad that you took a screenshot of, is whole ground whole grain corn. It's corn, okay? Ground whole grain, it's corn, all right? Drop it. If you see corn, I'm sorry to be so comical here, but if you see corn in your dog's food, in the first like 5 or 6 ingredients, let's face it, those are the most ingredients in the kibble or any food. If you see corn, drop it. Dogs should not have corn. Actually, humans should not have corn either, but that's a different video. All right, so what the heck is wrong with corn? First of all, it's not species appropriate for a dog, meaning the dog does not need it. The dog cannot digest it. But what's really bad about corn is that in the United States, corn is highly sprayed with glyphosate. Glyphosate is a drying agent. The farmers put it on the crops so that the crops dry up quicker so they can cut it down and bring it to the market to sell it so they can get money quicker, okay? But the problem with glyphosate, it's a known carcinogenic. Glyphosate has been known to cause cancer. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma to be exact. I don't want her looking out that window. And Bayer is the company that's being sued now. Glyphosate used to be owned by Roundup. Is made by Roundup, which used to be owned by Monsanto. They're being suing billions of dollars, okay? So you want to stay away from GMO feed in general, okay? But for this matter, corn is highly sprayed with glyphosate. Secondly, the bad thing about corn, when it sits in the silos, you know, and on the farms, those silos get water in it. Now, what happens if water is sitting around? It gets mold. And some mold is really bad. And the corn in general has been known to have aflatoxins and mycotoxins in it. And what does that mean for your dog? That means very bad stomach issues, okay? It's very bad molds. So people, if it has corn, drop it. Move on to the next kibble and see if the next kibble is better for your dog. All right, that was only the first ingredient. The second ingredient is meat and bone meal. Okay, meat. What kind of meat is it? Is it an ostrich? Is it from a dead animal? You know, there's no control of what kind of meat goes into kibble. It could be from this dead, dying, or diseased animals, okay? So, and it needs to say what kind of meat. Is it chicken meat? Is it beef meat? It's not saying anything. You want the company to be transparent and tell you exactly what's in it, okay? Next is chicken. It says chicken. Oh, it has chicken in it, but that's not what it is. It says chicken byproduct meal. If you turn a bag of kibble around and you see the word meal, you want to drop it like a hot potato, okay? Because meal, if it has chicken in it, it's going to have the thighs, it's going to have the breast. But if it has meal in it, all that is ground up slaughterhouse waste. So it says chicken. So what's going to be in the chicken meal? There's going to be feathers, there's going to be beaks, there's going to be toenails. It's not good. It's not good. And it doesn't have the 10 essential amino fatty acids in it that the actual meat has in it, okay? It's cheap stuff, all right? All right, the next thing it has in it is corn gluten meal. Now, it's corn again, drop it. But they put in corn gluten meal. That's a new word, a new marketing thing, because gluten, it adds protein. So this food can say that it has a big amount of protein, but is it coming from an animal? Dogs need animal protein. So far, I'm not seeing really anything here what animal protein. It's coming from the corn. All right, the next thing, it has animal fat. I ask you again, what type of an animal? And then it says that this animal fat is sprayed with BHA. All right, look, people, here in the United States, BHA is a known cancer-causing preservative. What is it doing in our dog's food? All right, where are we now? Natural flavors. If you've been listening to me in my videos, there's nothing natural about natural flavors. The FDA doesn't regulate it. You could have 200 chemicals in natural flavors to enhance the flavor. And why are they putting that in this dog food? You know, if people who eat this say, oh, my dog loves this food, it's because it has all these ingredients in it to make it taste good. All right, then let's see what else it has in here. It has beef pulp, beet pulp. That's a controversy ingredient. And we're going down the list here. What else it has in here? Then it goes, I want to talk about this. It has turkey flavor. Okay, if it had turkey in it, it would say turkey. It has the word flavor. Again, they're adding natural or artificial flavors in it. But what really bothers me, it has yellow 6, yellow 5, blue 2, and red 40 food colorings. I mean, this is really disturbing to me. Why are they doing that? Okay? They're doing that to appease the human. Oh, this looks good, okay? But it's so appalling to me. I actually did research on it. Food coloring, there was a study done in 2007 that linked yellow 5 to hyperactivity in kids. And the Food Standard agency of the European Union said that yellow 5 and 6 and red were unsafe, and they banned it in 2007 in food, okay? And this was for little children, that they said it was unsafe. It caused hyperactivity or something, all right? And blue 2, they said that studies were done that rats were getting an increase in brain cancer. Now, what's really appalling is that the FDA did nothing, okay? Do you know that in Austria and in Norway, blue 5 is totally outlawed also? Why is our country here in the United States not doing anything? This is, again, for our own food, for our own kids, and also for our dogs. It is just appalling to me. So, anyway, this is probably the worst food, one of the worst food kibble that I have reviewed. And again, my purpose for sharing this is when you're looking for a kibble, I want you to know what to look for. Look at those first five ingredients. You want to see a meat, not a meat meal. You want it to be named, if it's a fish, if it's a beef, if it's a turkey, okay? You don't want to see any corn. You don't want to see any soybeans. I prefer not seeing a lot of legumes. And what I failed to mention is in this particular food, it's, I calculated out, what's wrong, Bella? You want to get down? It's 58, or is it 52% carbs. You know, dog food, kibble, is regulated by the AAFCO, okay? AAFCO, it's not a government agency. It's just a bunch of volunteers from different food companies, CEOs that come together, and they put together a minimal standard of what needs to be in food. But they don't have to talk about carbs. So you're not going to see anywhere on the guaranteed analysis how many carbs are in food, okay? But I calculated it out, and it's 52% carbs. Now, guess what? Carbs are not needed for a dog. You know, you're going to hear, if you go on to these kibble websites, they're going to say, carbs give you energy. No, dogs get their energy from the animal protein and from fats. Carbs are not only not needed. When I say carbs, I mean like grains, if it's rice, if it's potatoes, if it's legumes. Carbs are not only needed for dogs, but they can cause problems. Because think of you, if you eat too many carbs, you're going to get overweight. And there's so many dogs that are obese because people are choosing to feed the cheapest kibble out there. Now look, it comes down to this. You can put money into your food, or you can give money to your vet, all right? Because cheap kibble with high carbs and inferior ingredients are going to cause many illnesses to your dog. It's going to cause obesity, diabetes. It's going to cause arthritis, because carbs have sugar, and sugar causes inflammation in the joints. And it can cause other bad diseases as well. There's an alarming amount of animals that are dying from cancer this year alone. There's going to be 6 million dogs that have died for cancer. And why is that? Is it going to be because of these food dyes? You know? Is it going to be because of the GMO that we're feeding our dogs? Is it going to be because of the corn with the aflatoxins? And are your dogs getting sick because they're not getting animal protein? You're buying kibble that says high in protein, but it's not from animals. It's from the corn gluten, and it's from the peas. So I hope you have learned something today. And if you're really confused, I encourage you to set up a one-on-one consult with me. Yes, I do home cook. but I could also help you and steer you in the right direction for a better food for your dog. So that, again, you don't have to worry about your dog, but you also don't have to home cook for your dog. I'm here to educate. All right, take care.